Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We have 5 tables of NL 100 and 1 table of NL 200 up and running. Keypad is current. Whoa. Keypad's not working here. Just a sec. Fix that up quick. There we go. Okay. So, the 100K Bankroll Bink 4 Bus Challenge, we are on day 41. Things are going pretty good so far. We're at 7,700 for the bankroll, which means we are more than rolled to be playing and taking shots at NL 200 now. So that is basically what we're going to be doing. We did block 8-9 here. Check call 1. Moving forward, we'll be playing NL 100, NL 200, and mixing in NL 50 if there's nothing else running, because we really don't have much else of an option. I think we're just looking at showdown here with the 9s and the 3-bet pot. 7-4 will fold. Ace Queen, take it down. But yeah, really good few days here. Like we were saying yesterday, we did get a table share of the bad D check pot, so that's good. Yeah, we're gonna raise the ace jack offsuit. So moving up here will be, well, we're just gonna see how it goes. Realistically, it should be fine. Like I said, we've beat NL 200 before. However, on this board, I think I'll just go half pot because I have the ace of clubs, so I can just backdoors. He is half stacked, which is a little bit more concerning. But I still like the bet there. So he called that, let me just find that. Yeah. So he has a 10, he's not folding, and a bunch of these other stuff we're just ahead of. So I think I'm just going to check back turn here, because I think we have the best hand a good portion of the time, and I don't think it's necessary to blow the pot the times we don't. He checks to us. I think, obviously, with straight, we just have the value bet here. And we're just going to chop it up. Oh wow, set of 4s, nice. Glad I checked back turn. Check back is 4. I think he could probably fold that. Probably close given half pot, but we're just folding the ace for suit. So yeah, we're only day 41 here, and we've almost, well, we've basically hit our second month goal, which would have been, based on how we're doing this, 18th to 18th, that would have been day 64, and we would have been looking to have basically 8K and moving to 200. So as of right now, we are significantly ahead of schedule. So we are obviously happy about that. So he actually check calls flop pretty quickly. I think we'll just keep, it's kind of deciding between what we're betting and checking, but because this guy's a fish, I just decided to bet at 60% because I think I'll fold the same range almost as if we 2x it. And then when we can go smaller and have the same effect, I'm going to be betting a whole lot more. We will check the 6-4 offsuit. So we'll pull the poker craft over here. So this was yesterday in total. I played 1,600 hands. We won about 300. We were at 400 peak. Again, running just really hot in all-in situations, which are generally, you know, sometimes this drives me nuts. I was talking about it yesterday, but it is what it is. So just running super hot lately, but it's great. has brought us basically to 8K, just under 7,700 or so, and some very clean shots now at NL 200. Now the reason that it will be significantly the 910, we're just gonna defend. So we're gonna be like, fortunately, super nitty here. Yeah, we just don't have anything. And the reason our stats are going to end up being super, super tight at this table is because this guy is just from every single position, he's opening like uber wide, which is like great for us, but it also doesn't allow us to open and steal and do much because there's already somebody in the pot. Okay, that's good. I gotta take a note of this also. 4-bet jack. Do that. It's just good to note stuff like that because a lot of people don't do it. So, I'm gonna go small and squeeze here. I think wine and sashimi will great flop. We'll play pretty straightforward. And I don't know if he would go that big with aces or not. Unfortunately. This is a pretty terrible board. In 3 ways, we're just gonna have to check back. Unfortunately. Omar goes full pot here. I think without a spade, we can fold to full pot, just 2 overcards. Even though we do have the gut shot, maybe it's probably close with the gut shot. And on the paired board, I'm just going to check raise because flush draw here. And we will bear on that with the gut shot over here. And we do have to fold the king queen. King on the river. Ace queen, ace jack. Yeah, that's too bad. That is unfortunate. But again, like on a board like that with 2 callers who are playing all these hands, it's going to be Bink. Check back is fine there. But on the flip side to that, they are fish. They're playing straightforward, but I think checking back there is fine. And we raised pre-flop. We're out of position here. I guess we'll check call. Okay, checks around. We're going to 3-bet the jack 10 suited. And we're definitely going to call the king queen here. He pretty quickly checks. So I'm going to bet small and kind of target ace X. And here we're going to just, we're going to have to be double barreling. 5s is a good call because he's beating ace X. And I think we'll double barrel here and we're basically just saying we have a king. We block king jack, we block king 10. He has like a super massive range, so I think that's all fine. And here flop, we check. Okay, we're just gonna check back to him. We already fold the ace 6 suited. And here, he goes 3/4 pot. I don't think we need to check raise. I think all of our outs are pretty clean, so I think check calling is okay. We can definitely check raise combo draw here a good portion of the time. But I think in this case, we'll check back. So we'll just call. Could be better to check raise there, because most of his aces probably check back flop. Yeah. Now we're getting called one way or the other, so I think it's probably 50-50 on check raising there. Here we're just gonna go half pot. Just folds. Okay, that's fine. King 10 small blind. Let's let it go. And into this guy with his stack size, which is small. And again with his raise calling frequency. Yeah, we just want to 3-bet here with king queen. Flop king. Again, we're just going to c-bet. And he lets this one go. So anyways, yeah, that was yesterday's stats. The week on a whole, I think, was really good. I think it was a really, really good week last week, which was really good for us, obviously. Let's just see here. And we're going to pop this king 7 suited up against the UGG open limp from an obvious whale. Does call. And we're just going to go small. And I think we go small one more time for value against him. We have to check on the spade. He's calling every spade, so I think we just have to check down there. He says he's queen close. I'm glad we value bet twice there and actually got paid. I wonder if he's supposed to, might even be supposed to call there based on my bet sizing with 2 overcards. He might have a call. Without a spade, I think maybe it's not as good, but do I really ever go that small? Spades, probably not often enough. So yeah, the week on a whole, we played 14,000 hands, which is obviously not enough. Pretty close, actually. What's that? Basically, yeah, whatever. 14,000 hands would be 56,000 over 4 weeks over the month. Our goal is to play 60k, so we were close. We do need to put in a little bit more volume than that, but we won. EV-wise, we were at like 11 big blinds or something. Actual money won last week was 2,400 with 1,400 hands. So it's like what's that's a raise. That's terrible. It's like what 17-ish, 17, 18 big blinds per 100 with that small sample. But it is good to run good, and again, these are small samples, so I'm trying not to pay too much attention to the EV, because it's kind of like, you know, where do you take it? If you zoom back, we're pretty much just coming out of how bad we ran at NL 100 before. King 6 is close, probably a raise with 3 fish, actually, now that I think about it. And here, check, bet call, they would check here, against London Fisher. I guess we'll 3-bet. Okay, make 2 pair here. We're just gonna bet the value. Probably just check this board with our hand specific to. We do bet it sometimes. Hand just has like no equity, so we're gonna check fold to half pot. Raise is queen. 3 deuces, just gonna fold. And we're going to look to just get the showdown with pocket 5s. Pull the jack 8. Oh, I guess I better pull the actual stream up for chat and stuff, right? Forgot about doing that. Let's get that open. Ace-9 suited. Obviously bumping that up. Folding the 9-5. Folding the 10-3 suited. Give ourselves a little thumbs up. Away we go. So make sure you guys are checking out the stream. You do hit that thumbs up. You do hit that subscribe button. Feel free to leave comments in videos and in chat. And here we go here. Ruby Jones goes 10. Honestly, that's a little suspicious. I'm just going to call. Now he checks. Honestly, like, I imagine we can get him to fold here with a bet a good portion of the time. Maybe we should go a little bit bigger than this, actually. Honestly, that 10 big 3-bet has thrown me off. I think we're going to check here. Just felt strong. Either strong or weak. I'm curious to see what he shows down. Pocket 9s. Okay. 3-bet. Only 10 big blinds in big blind. Oops. Open with 9-9. that's good to know. 3-betting the tens, fold some deuce. The reason that froze up is because a lot of times when people slightly size down, it's pocket aces because they want the action. Here, I think I'll just, I know we have tens. I think I'll check back actually. Basically here, it's either like, if we're gonna bet, I'm probably gonna blast. Otherwise it makes more sense to just check back and look for showdown. I think once he checks turn, probably doesn't have an ace anymore, unless it's like pocket aces. You know, he's probably has like king jack, or like king x jack x or something. He does fire river, just a little more interesting. Probably doesn't have too many aces. I don't know, I think if you're over cards, it's probably fine to fold. The 10-8. Ooh, raise. Fold the king 8 off. The paired board, multi-way, probably just let this go. Okay, fold king 5 suited and the 9 deuce suited as well, and the 6-3 suited. So yeah, those are the stats overall for the last week. I think we've hit almost 10K in pre. Isn't that insane how much break you pay and pre-flop winnings? So overall, pretty happy with that. And okay, so the ace-5 here at a position we can check call for sure. She checks back. Interesting. I think we'll block bet now. I think we probably just give up here. Blue king X. There's a whole bunch of 3 pairs out there. Should bet really small. Probably just gonna call here. We're gonna forward 6, 12. Again, like 6 to 1. And in the 9s, interesting. I'm surprised she bet those 9s. I'm surprised she called on the turn too. That's bigger on the turn. I like to block small against fish, but sometimes they're just like just too stationary and you just gotta get bigger. Alright, king deuce, king 10 suited we raise. Ace 4 is off raise. Okay, we fold the 10-8, jack 7 suited, we do of course pump up, fold the 9-4. The king jack, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's a good flop. We're just gonna bet here. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this hand played out. We have king jack. Raise, fold, call, call, call. Check, 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 check. I have it. Bets, calls. We are going to blast here again, now that it's paired for sure. flop or not to flop. Check. Bets. Calls again. Oh, we have the king of spades. Okay, that makes sense. And up here, there's kind of... Oh, thought I had a flush for a second there. Not much we can do there. Bet. It's fine. You could argue maybe checking back turn some portion of the time, but I think he's likely to fold a lot of hands. Actually, the board's pretty wet. He might be calling everything on the turn. I wonder how often GTO checks this back. I like double barreling a lot because people under check raise, so I think it makes double barreling like way better. Because you're not going to lose your equity, so even when they do have a hand, you're kind of building a pot for when you hit, if you want to look at it that way. But people just also mass under check raise, which means you're not going to be bluffed off your equity or raised off your equity. So we are going to 3-bet king 9, big blind for the buttons, get a call. On this board, pretty much just going to bet, turn, call. We're going to squeeze down here. We are definitely double barreling here. And here, we'll go, I think we just got to go big and try to get it in by the river. Well, in case anybody's wondering, that's a miss. Okay. I think we just have to go small here. Block pocket 8s, we have backdoor draws, and we have all the kings and queens, and he just has massive ranges, so I think we bet small, and if he raises us, we can quickly let that go. Okay, we're going to value bet the ace queen. Probably argue check raising there some portion of the time. Okay, that's interesting. I think the board's not connected enough that we ever check there. This timeout situation, this whatever you want to call it, is a nightmare. So the spades do come in, which kind of sucks. People do chase spades a ton, and 7-8 gets there. I think we're just gonna check back the ace jack now. And I think we just shove for value here in the bottom right. Yes, spades get there, but this guy has 6-10, queen 10, ace queen, ace 10, ace 6, queen 6 suited, queen 9, ace 9, top 10 before stuff. So definitely raise there. Okay, we do a lot of 2xing, so we're going to do it with the nut stem here. We're going to squeeze the king queen off. We're going to check his GFMLU limping there throws me off. I'm just going to lead out here tiny for half a pot. And we are going to 3-bet the king queen suited. Fold 10-7. So we squeezed. And against fish, I don't think we need to necessarily follow the... we are going to call here, sure. Sort of the typical guideline, I guess you would call it, for 3-betting. So I think this is kind of two streets. There's not really any draws there. So I think check back all or check back bet are probably better lines. And then we just fold to a shove. King jack. Makes sense. Because if you, I mean, he still might call that on the turn. I don't know. Maybe against like stations, we should just be going 3 streets with king queen suited on the drive board like that. But I just okay. I guess we'll fold this time to the raise and barrel. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty close. With king queen, the bet check bet line always gets called if he has a 9 or a king or like pocket 10s. The bet check back always gets called. Bet flop barrel big on turn does not get called as much by 10s, jacks, and 9x. It almost always gets called by on the river if you check back turn. And then on the turn, does call though. Like when he does have king 10, king jack, you're gonna make more money going bet and then bet river as well. You also lose money when he has sets. I think it's probably close. I think there's value in doing the bet check back as line as well. If we had ace king, it probably would have gone for 3 streets just because now he has, you know, a whole bunch more combos we're way ahead of that have a good potential of calling 3 streets. Okay, hold here. I think we just c-bet here with the 5s at a position against king queen. I think this guy's proving that he likes to station down. So I think we're going to reduce our bluffs in these spots. Push it, I guess. And kind of flip maybe more to a little bit more value. Ace jack will be a raise. The 8-7 suited, I'm definitely going to bump up. 90 raise, 70s fold, 3 fold. To flop or not, 3 bets this. He's actually widened it a little bit. I don't know if this is a pure call or not. I think like 4-5 suited, 5-6 suited are all pure calls. I think he's like, okay, we're gonna, there's just too much dead money out there. If this guy calls in a small blind, he squeezes. He's likely just gonna come along. Alright, let's do a little peel here. Nope. Oh, interesting. Okay, this pot could get interesting. Have an opportunity here to win a big pot against this guy. Definitely gonna call the half pot here. The 7's good. Check is really good. We're gonna think for a minute and then check. So when we call and he doesn't barrel, it's unlikely he has a king. And we've picked up a 7, which is gonna put us, okay, that's really good card. Significantly ahead of most of his range. But his range is like 10s, so I think all we can really do is go like half pot here and call if he were to rip it. Like his range that would call us, I guess is what I'm saying, would be like 10s and jacks when he checks turn and does bet flop. But in this case, he probably just had air. Even 10s and jacks like do check significantly more, but I think he'll probably overbet in those spots. Ace king. Pocket 7s here. I guess we'll just call in the big line. on this board, we're definitely just going to check the king 10 multi-way. And for half pot here, we have to call the 7s for sure. Now, this guy's ripped it on us a few times. Like, I've seen him just, like, rip it all in, so I think I'm going to return the favor and see how he reacts to that. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, and then I think we just go for value here on the river, call the deuces, and we're going to run it twice if we'd like to. Okay. And we'll just rip this all in. Do that here. We're not going to cash out, so we're going to hold strong. Oh no. Oh wow, nice turn. The 3 ball. No. No. Oh, we have 2s. Good. Oh no, even worse now. I got straight. We're going to twice, yeah, definitely. Okay, we're just dodging 2 9s twice. Good start. And good river. And we're going to 3-bet the 9s. Fold the 10 deuce, fold the queen 10. And we're going to value bet. I think you just go half pot here. And then we'll go half pot probably on the turn as well. Calls 10. Alright, we just show down he's going to jacks. It's a mess. A lot of the time when you see this, where you 3-bet free, they call, and then it's a low board, you bet flop, you bet turn, and they're calling. She generally comes out being like 10s or jacks that they didn't want to 4-bet. And the 8s will raise, jack 5 fold, jack 3 fold, ISO the 4s, and can't help myself. Just gonna have to ISO the 10-7 suited. Does then call. Correct. And here, given stack sizes, I'm just going to overbet it and basically force him to shove if he made a hand or not. I think we have so much equity that it's fine. I think betting small and then getting called, we can shove turn. I guess that's probably fine as well. Ace Queen is... I'm going to call. Ace Queen is close to folding, I think, in general. Like, against early position opens. Probably not against mid position. But I think calling is fine, especially with a fish here, and then, you know, fish in the big blinds. I really don't mind with it at all. And against 3/4 pots, no back doors, I think we can just let that go. We do have the best hands some portion of the time. If he went half pot or less, I think we can call. But when he goes that big, I think folding's fine. Although we are in position, so it just, we don't have anything. If we had a heart, like if we had 1 heart, we could call, because it's just going to give us, 1, it gives us a bunch of equity, right? We have a bunch of backdoors now, plus overcards, and 2, he is going to do a lot of check folding on turns. So we misclicked here. I'm actually just going to bet small, and then I'm going to bet on the turn and just try to win anyways. He obviously doesn't have 5s, 7s. King, he doesn't have like king 5 suited, king 7 suited, so realistically he's not going to have much, so we're just going to try to take it down. And here at a position again, I think we'll just bet, give up, and we'll just, yeah, did have a king 3 off, so whatever, not going to get him to fold there. 10 days suited fold. Fold 7 deuce. That's a small 3-bet. He's got some small stack too. I guess there's like, you know, hands are kind of tied there, I think. I can't really 4-bet with his stack size. We're just going to take just a 2-second break here, guys, and then we'll be back. Just gotta get some E5 suited, I will bump up. If, yeah, Yeah, when he went that small, he had a bigger stack. I'd probably 4-bet. Ace Jack actually 4-bets more than I thought on the button. Okay. So I'm gonna go big here. We have a bunch of equity, and we do block them from having 7-8. Ruby Jones is gonna have a lot of hands that do connect pretty well with this board. He definitely doesn't have 9s or 10s. 4, 5, 6. Question is, when he does call, is he ever gonna fold before the turn? I don't think he just calls like ace high. That's good for us. Unless you have ace 10. Oh, interesting. It's really interesting. Can't really do anything here. It's not really believable that I've ever check back sets, and then when I have an ace, I never. Yeah, oh, excuse me. It's just not really believable here. Fold. And we do take a bet check bet line with ace 10. Again, the bet check bet line gets called really wide, whether it's them stabbing at us on the river or us lasting and then them calling wider. Tables have died out a little bit. Looks like we do have like this guy's obviously still a fish. We lost, I think, a fish here. This guy's a bit of a wailing about, but yeah, I've seen him like just shove free a lot. So, and people usually like their tendencies, they'll put on to other people, right? So if he's like open ripping, like ace king or jacks or 10s and stuff like that, then we can do that in his brain. It's gonna look weak, so we can kind of get called more often. And honestly, if I 4-bet there, I bet you he does not just rip the queens. The queens are too strong because that open rip is too spewy. So, anyways, I'll be 2 seconds and we'll be right back to the. Okay, so we are back, guys. Stream won't be on too much longer. Maybe another 40 minutes or so, half an hour. We'll see how things play out. Just got some food, so I'm going to eat. I'm going to turn the camera and the microphone off, and I'll be right back. We're back here. Fold Jack 9, fold 3. Jack 3 suited, folding. And we'll call King 10 suited. Actually, should be check raising that out of position. Calling in position, check raising out of position. I know. Okay. Then checks back. I think we'll bet here, just because we're blocking all the jacks. I think we get called at least a decent portion of the time. He likes to bet. I'm actually just going to check call here. And I think he would have bet a flush card by now. It's not. And we got a bet river. This guy showed a tendency to bluff, so I thought maybe check call would be a good line against him. We will fold the Jack 10 suited to the 3-bet. Did we take that down? Or no, did we? Where was that? Yeah. So we're blocking like King Jack and Jack 10, which are his most likely strong hands that want to call the check back turn some portion of the time. Obviously there's other ones out there, but we do block quite a few of those. So that kind of makes betting river better, I think, than checking. And I think King 9 suited is definitely squeezable. I wouldn't be surprised to get 4-bet here. The call from him is a little bit strange. Okay. And we'll go half pot on the ace. I'd be very confused if he called there. If he called there, it would have to be like 5-6 suited or something. I think he has the potential to be actually a pretty good player because he is pretty aggro. I will call. I don't think Ruby Jones squeezes anywhere near enough. Okay, we're gonna bet here with the 6. We're gonna raise the king off. We're gonna call here. I think I'm gonna be done with this table 3-handed. Okay. I think we'll just try to show down the queen. And I think we'll just bet king spades here. We bet Tiana. Nice hand. Don't know why guys do that all the time. Where they're actually a pretty aggressive player and then they make nuts and they just start checking. You know, like your image is that you're aggressive and kind of spewy. You know, you should probably capitalize on that. I get it, people are scared. I have a bit of an image of when like people check to me that they just start blasting. So I do kind of get it in that sense. I think we keep betting here. And then we'll just check back river. I think. It's not too many 9s we beat. Definitely don't beat a set of 3s. Definitely cannot beat that. But that's good. The table should fill back up, I think. Okay, that's better. Okay, 4-hander with a mega whale. Definitely good playing here. 630 here. We're gonna value bet again. And we're gonna bet ace. Check back here. Raises this time. So we're proceeding very cautiously here in the top right now. interesting. Feels more like draws, ace 10 type hands. So this is going to make our life easy, because if he bets again, we just fold. 9-6. This is the thing. I don't know how many times that can be said, but it's like when they raise, they have top pair, top kicker. It's just every single time. I do not remember the last time I got check raised by a bluff. You know, I guess the other day, actually yesterday, one time it happened. I was proven wrong. I fold 6-5. It's actually a call here. Yeah. Okay. Ace 10. Guess I fold. Just too early. Alright, well, let's check out how today's been going so far. I think probably pretty decently. Yeah, I'd say so. 500 hands. We're currently up. Yeah, I was gonna say we're definitely on a bit of a downtick here. Lost those few big hands to almost drop 60-70. But yeah, so little upswing this morning. 350. Okay. Jack 3 offsuit will fold. The Queen Jack. Okay, we're gonna value bet here against Stevie Lee. And we're gonna go really small. 12, 13, 14, 15, really small in the turn to get called. And then we can just rip the river. And he'll probably call like ace 8, jack 6. We'll come along here. I mean, that's a pretty good flop. Can definitely lead out here a good portion of the time as well. Okay, so CRS Express, we're definitely calling here. CRS Express has overcards, he'll be done. We would have just hit there probably. And we just check back bottom pair. Oh well, nice. Good flop for him too. But yeah, three-handed when like he checks back, it's almost always just gonna be overcards. I don't think people are checking back enough with strong hands. So 5. Nice. That's why counteracting each other. Yeah, almost got us back. I got a little bit of a bump there. So here, where was that? No, wait, is it this hand? Yeah, 3-4 suited. It's obviously a good hand. We'd be opening it like 100%. Yeah, we'll come along here in the top right. But against somebody who is like mass stationing, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd rather be 3-betting a bunch of like jack queen suited, king queen suited, like king queen, ace jack, ace queen, those types of hands. More for value because he's calling so wide. 5-4, queen 9. You bet 3 times with 5-4 there. Check, bet, call, check, bet, call, and then check, check. Yeah, he probably could have got it through if he blasted the river. Well, this is a really good spot. We'll just go 12 here. Obviously, if we run into kings or aces, it's just cooler. The bottom left against to flop or not to flop. If we get cold 4-bet, honestly, especially from this guy, I'm probably folding. To be honest, because people do not do this. There's no chance this guy is doing that as a bluff. I know this is on screen, super nitty, whatever you want to call it, but I don't. I'll know, be annoyed if there's a queen there, but it's like I just don't see a world where that guy doesn't have kings or aces. He might have a 9% free bet right now, but he is very nitty. So I'm more than happy to just kind of let that go and move on from it. Like there's an under the gun limp, so this guy's repping either nothing or potentially a monster. Then it's ISO'd, then it's 3-bet. So the odds of him making a move are like very low, and we're 150 bigs deep, right? 160 bigs deep in that hand. If we were 100 bigs, it's different. Like if we were 100 bigs, we'd just rip it all in. For 160, there's just, I don't know. I just don't see a world where he didn't have the nuts there. Like aces, kings would best. Probably just aces, in all honesty. Kings would do that as well. The queen 8 we fold. I actually wonder if shoving queens there, though, in my position is better than kings. His king, not having the kings unblocks him to have ace king. He could maybe have ace king, but I think it's like aces, kings, and ace king. Okay. Fold the 8-4 suited, obviously folding at 95. I don't mind calling some of these hands. Yeah, we're gonna lead out here actually. And the reason being that like I do squeeze that a bunch. I was basically back and forth there between squeezing and calling. Alright, now we're just gonna keep betting here. And the reason I don't mind calling some portion of the time here is that we're just gonna bet one more time. Is that the little kicker here is not going to squeeze this. I was going to say he just has overcards, or like an overpair. And he's like super nitty, which makes squeezing a lot less better because his like range is going to be super strong, right? We're squeezing there basically to steal the money. So when he's opening from early position, the odds of him folding are like basically 0. Therefore making our 3-bet way less profitable, but calling, going post flop, you know, I think honestly we have a big advantage, but probably against anybody in the NL100 pool right now. Not anybody, there's obviously a few guys out there, but like, if you take out like 5 guys, 6 guys, I think we play post flop pretty good. Our biggest weakness is pre flop. I know it should be easy to study that, but I think everybody just makes so many more mistakes. Like we obviously make a ton of mistakes, a ton of mistakes post flop, but I think it's significantly less. I think been a lot, and pre-flop, it's just I think it's easier to play, so people make less mistakes, and I don't know, just like 3-bet. You get somebody who's 3-betting, you know, relentlessly. It's probably hard for anybody to play against, but they're hard to play against, no matter what you do. Even if their strategy overall is not profitable, because they're just like eventually going to be running into stuff. But when they're on your left, it's difficult for sure. Okay. The 10-5, I think we just let that go. Probably pretty close, I would think. Okay, we are getting to the end of the stream, so we're just going to keep popping this up a little bit and give you guys some updates. So we are up 400 over 500 in that 91 hands. 90 at the NL 200 table, and up about 300 at the NL 100 table. Ace, King, jams it. I actually wasn't paying attention here. Probably could have had another note. Nope. And then there's the 2-5 table. Oh, and running. So I have got the 2-5. Maybe we should have jammed the queens. Even if he's a wreck, if he's playing. Yeah, see this. You see that, and that makes you think he's an uber man. all the hands I lost to him. Pocket queens, pocket queens, pocket queens. That's funny. Cool. So that's a good table. Kind of feel bad when I leave a table and then, you know, rejoin it when there's like a whale at the table. So the third player sits and we're still playing to sit there, but we're actually going to have to be ending the stream here shortly-ish with a pretty successful one. Let's fold the 9 deuce. Fold before deuce. I need to get some like sticky notes on my monitor for things that I need to pay attention to. King 4 suited. That's just a call. Checks it to me. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna go really small and then double barrel. Calls. It's gonna like check call ace high a lot. So I think we can probably get him to fold ace high with another barrel and maybe like a pair of twos or something like that. I think anything that's better than that is gonna call. If it does call again, we're just done. Jack 9, yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, we'll have Jack 9 some portion of the time as well. I think it's good. It's a good check. Guess we check call there. That's a call. Probably have to call one more time too. And if he does commit to it, we will fold the river. Ace queen. Oh, he's turned it. That's fine too. King 9 suited 3-bet. How long has the stream been up? Did we even get to an hour today? Yeah, we just baked an hour. Streams are a little short. I'd like to get them longer, but that is what it is. Overall, pretty happy with the results, obviously, this morning. Huge uptick, breaking even right now, but yeah, for 45 minutes, $400. Can't complain about that. Yeah, I think we're going to just play out to our blinds here, and then that'll be basically the end of the stream. So if you are watching, make sure you hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Channel's been growing pretty good, actually. Watch hours, views, everything's been going up every day. So I am very happy about that. I actually think we will, by the end of this challenge, we should be able to get monetized. I think as the watch hours get closer and closer to that 4K, I should just start doing it now anyways, but I will start pushing more shorts in, trying to help get the subscriber count up, because that's obviously a big portion of it. You need basically 4,000 watch hours and then 1,000 subs. But the live streaming actually does drastically help with your watch hours. The real way to get monetized, from what I can see just from this channel alone, is like streaming to get your watch hours and shorts to get your subs. Obviously, if your stream takes off, you'll get a ton of subs that way too. But if you're like, you know, it just has these small streams where you kind of get, you know, 5, 6, 7 people watching, like this one does right now. 10-7 suited with fold. What was I going on with? But yeah, oh yeah, and then shorts. Shorts really pull in a lot of views. Like most of our shorts, when we actually we take time and, you know, spend an hour and a half or something like actually editing out a hand history, it usually does pretty well. Like 5, 6K views, which usually works out to around 10 subscribers or so. You know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. But that seems to be the way to go, for sure. And then you can obviously edit in videos out of your streams, and you can edit in shorts out of your streams. So that's kind of a big part of it. I do need to upgrade. I don't know if I need to adjust the settings on this camera somehow, or upgrade my lighting, or upgrade just the camera itself. Or maybe it's just my computer. I really don't know. But the camera is super blurry. And the microphone, I think, is probably a little too quiet as well. So I gotta take some time to try to figure all that stuff out. But anyways, that's it for the